about 6 years ago, I started gaining weight. Just from work injuries and this and that, level of activity had gone down. Having chronic lower back pain, I wasn't even able to carry a trash can out without having it. Just the extra weight of the trash can, I'd be flat on my back for an hour afterwards. I'd had multiple knee surgeries. I was looking at having to have future back surgeries and knee surgeries. I went to the doctor, spoke with Angie Dolphin, my doctor, and she said that in order for my insurance to cover the surgeries, that I had to lose weight first. But that, along with the fact that I was suffering from prehypertension, was kind of the impetus to where I decided that I needed to, finally decided I needed to lose the weight.
My main one was health. I retired about, it'll be 1.5 to 2 years ago. And it was like if I was going to be retired, I wouldn't have enjoyed it. And I'd gotten to the point it was hard to climb stairs, it was hard to mow the lawn, I was just tired all the time. It was time to do something different.
Well, a year ago I had my annual checkup with Tracy, and she told me about some other people who had been on the program, the Ideal Protein program, and at least one of them had diabetes, and it really made a change for them. And so it also made me feel like this diet program would be safe for someone who's diabetic, because a lot of times that's not taken into account.
I really didn't have any thoughts one way or the other. I didn't have high expectations. I had been on other diets, not formal diets, but just tried watching what I was eating, limited calorie intake, this or that, and I'd had actually no results. So, but I thought, this one is through the doctors. Maybe this will be different. Since it would be something that through a doctor's office, maybe it's something that'll work. I stuck here at 300 plus pounds. That carries an emotional weight to it, being that big. Having a waitress come up to go to a restaurant and a waitress apologizing because all they have are booths, and knowing that you can't fit in the booth. Going to a movie theater and having only one spot left, and not wanting to sit down because you know that you're going to take a little bit more than that one seat, and you feel bad for the person sitting next to it, next to you. Going into a doctor's office where they have the little chairs with the little arms, and not being able to sit down because you won't fit the chair, and having a nurse come and say, "Oh, there's plenty of seats, go ahead, sit down," and you say, "No, that's fine, I'm comfortable, I'll just stand." That's the problem, is if the diet doesn't work, I'm stuck there. The results, without a doubt, the results. It took me 5 years to gain the 120 pounds. Like I said, it took me 7 months to lose it.
For me, it was just easy. it was real structured. You knew what you had to do in the morning, you knew what you had to do at lunch, you didn't have to count calories, you did an ideal meal in the morning, you did an ideal protein and vegetables at lunch, and you did 8 ounces of meat and the vegetables at supper, and and with both of us doing it, we cleared the house out of everything. And so it was just relief. You didn't have to think about it. You just every day was the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one thing they really don't talk about the benefit of being on Ideal Protein is your energy. Your first 2 to 3 days, when your body is purging itself of all the carbs and the sugars, you feel like you have a mild case of the flu. To be honest, you feel body aches, you feel awful. And then all of a sudden you start every day, your energy level starts going up. You start needing things to do. I actually went and asked my fiance to create a honey-do list for me. Give me things that you want me to do. and so, just so that I had ways to positively burn the energy off. You do need stuff to do. The hardest thing or the bad thing about the diet is the cost. You're spending between the food and the vitamins, it's about $125 a week. Now, you can either consider that the worst part, or you can use it as motivation. I choose to use that as motivation to stay on the diet, to not cheat on the diet. Went from 326 pounds, and I'm currently at 201 pounds. I went from a 53-inch waist, and I have a 36-inch waist now. So I lost 20 inches in the waist. I no longer have knee pain. My lower back pain is minimal. In fact, I haven't even pursued having a surgery option at this point.
I'm off 4 meds for diabetes, 1 med for high blood pressure, off my acid reflux, and don't use a bipump anymore.
So mine would be the same. Blood pressure, diabetes. So I did take insulin 5 times a day, plus I had pill medications. So I'm off all of that, and I forgot about the reflux, off the reflux medication, and off of CPAP. So that's been great.
Just the thought that I can now, when I bend over to tie my shoe, I no longer lose my breath, because when you're heavy and you bend over to tie your shoe, you can't breathe. Not only that, now I don't even have to bend over to tie my shoe. I can actually lift my leg up and tie my shoe cross-legged. I can do that now, which I guess I never realized while I was overweight that was something I was unable to do. But so now I can tie my shoe sitting in a chair.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, wonderful.
Instead of spending a half hour mowing and being exhausted, I can mow, and when I'm done with that and do something else, I can continue to garden. Mm-hmm. It's easy to get up and down the stairs.
Yes.
It's just wonderful.
Yes.
We started in mid-April, and I think we went about 48 weeks, give or take, I think, on phase 1, and then 2 weeks on phase 2 and 2 weeks on phase 3. So it was about a year. I lost between 150 and 155 pounds.
I lost 95 pounds.
And the other thing is being able to go to buy clothes and not have to buy them online, or not have to go to JCPenney's to go to their big and tall section. I can now go buy clothes anywhere. That's the other. It's these things are not only their motivation to stay on the diet, but they definitely help your self-esteem.